Hey guys, two things. So today is Pink Day, obviously, and also I have some more OP1 content for you. In my previous OP1 videos, we go through all of the details of a beat, so from start to finish how to make a beat. This one's going to be a little bit different because I'm only going to be focusing on the M1, M2 buttons, so the master effects. We'll also be using buttons 1, 2, 3, 4 on the master track to add or drop out instruments in live performance. Here's the track that we're going to be looking at. Also letting you know that I produce and release music. In the past few weeks, I've uploaded a bunch of new tracks to my SoundCloud. I'll leave that in the description down below. I'm also planning on releasing them on Spotify and basically every other listening platform. They're in the lo-fi electronic genre. If you're into that stuff, give it a listen. Before we get started though, I'd just like to remind you to like and subscribe. I post content like this on the regular, OP1, OPZ, cool fun gear, and even software stuff too. It'd be great to have you guys on board, and for those of you who are already subscribers, thank you so much. Also, I've made a playlist of all my other OP1 content, which I'll link above and also in the description if you're feeling keen or want to learn anything else about the instrument. Yay! Let's get started. I'll show you all of the elements of the track. Track 1 is the sample. This is actually my own sample and it's available on my website for anyone who's interested. Once again, I'll link that up above and also down below in the description. Another thing is that I added a tremolo effect, which is what's giving it that eighth note pumping sort of motion. Track 2 is kick and snare. Track 3 is high-pitched percussions. And finally, track 4 is a synth arpeggiation sort of thing. Sounds kind of 80s. There's also an option to play a fifth instrument live if you want. So head over to Synth, Shift 8, Z Nerves. That's what I use for bass. That's the whole track. Let's get to the root of this video and we'll add an effects onto the master. On the original track I use nitro, but to change the effects, Shift 3 and we'll head to delay to start with. We'll check that setting with the track. So we kind of got lucky here. Right off the bat, the delay lines up with the track, but usually it doesn't line up at all. Let's say it was set at 7. Okay, so I'm trying to find something that doesn't work, but unfortunately for this example, everything sounds good on the OP1. So let's say it's at 7 and you don't like it and you want to change it. So you actually have two setting options that you could go back to during live performance. M1, and now you'll notice that Memorize 1 comes up. So let's play the track again. And when I let go of M1, it went back to the original setting. Okay, so let's do the same thing with M2. I like to have two completely different effects options for my live performance. So M1 is like an eighth note sort of thing, and M2 is more of a slap. It's most likely that for the rest of your track you don't want the delay to be on, so in that case you just turn the input completely down, and now you have a dry track. let's do the same thing again with cow, or I should say CWO. Everyone calls it cow, who am I kidding? So right away I'm going to turn down all the parameters so that it doesn't affect the track. One thing you have to be kind of careful of with the cow effects is that when you turn everything down to 0, for some reason there's like a really high-pitched sound. I'm not sure if you notice it right now. It's annoying. I'm not sure why that happens, but to get rid of it, let's turn it up to 3. And that shouldn't have a noticeable effect on your track. Next, we'll head to M1 and we'll start tweaking. On top of the master effects, you could also add motion to your track using buttons 1, 2, 3, 4, and combining that with master effects makes a pretty wicked track. This one's pretty straightforward, so if you want to mute a track, you just hold shift and then press the track that you want to mute. So let's say you want to mute 1, that's the sample. I mainly only use the shift button if I want an element of the track to be gone for an extended period of time. But if you want, you could also solo tracks by just pressing the numbers you want to hear. As you can see, the combo options for mixing in different instruments along with the master effects is pretty much endless. Endless. Such a dad joke. As I mentioned before, you could also add another live instrument over top of this. So in the original track, I used bass. If you want to see and understand all of these tricks being used in action, I suggest that you stick around for the outro track. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you supporting this channel. Like I said, I make videos like this every week and I love it. If you're into this sort of content, please like and subscribe and maybe even consider hitting that notification bell if you want to hear news from me. Bless you on this pink day. All the best in 2020 and I'll see you guys in the next one. Here's the track. Thank you.